let's go through it. Standout performances for you, Brad.
Oh, gee. Well, I mean, there's only one player. I mean, Kane was, again, superb. I mean, that guy's vision and it's just immense. I mean, that Son goal, I mean, I think he won the ball back in outside his own penalty area, didn't he? And then he lost it and he got it back again from memory. And Son, again, had a brilliant second half. He gets the ball and then he turns the afterburners on and he takes players on. And I think that's what we lack at times when we're trying to break teams down. Although, to be fair, you know, if we're going to score goals, it's going to be against Leeds United the way they play. But Kulusevski in the first half was brilliant. I thought Doherty and Sessignon looked okay, looked good. I don't know, it's like the Man City game. It's a good team performance. I heard you guys, that Ben Davies tackle. I mean, that was like a goal. That was like a goal.
As good as, wasn't it?
Yeah, as a Tottenham supporter, especially at away grounds, I'm nervous, even at 3-0, that they get a goal back and suddenly the momentum's change. You see how Tottenham's heads can drop when things go wrong. And Lloris came out. The old thing, can't kick with his right foot. I think he tried to place it, but...
You mentioned their mentality. That's what Conte said in his press conference. He wants to change. Do you think the longer he stays, the more likely we are to get rid of this Spursy culture, the mentality thing? Or do you think that's just installed in us?
Depends what day. It really does. After Man City and after today, I think it's going to work. I think it's going to get there. After Burnley game, is no, get rid of them. You know, I mean, it's. I really don't know. There are players in that team that have been around since we have been losing under Poch when we lost a lot of semi-finals, a lot of finals, and that has got to affect you mentally when you go into a big game, and you think, oh, maybe I'm not destined to win or whatever. But, you know, if they play like they did today and they show that commitment, yes, it was Leeds, unless Leeds have conceded goals. They put the commitment in, the results will come. And it's. I mean, from what the impression I get is that they work hard on the training pitch and they're all sort of behind Conte and his system and that. But sometimes they just seem to, I don't know, it seems to disappear, and it's just very frustrating. Let's be honest, today it was a good performance, but today it could have ended up about 12-6. It was an amazing game of football, really, for a neutral fan. But I think that Conte is a born winner, and as that starts to rub off, and let's face it, he's only been there 4 months now. That starts to rub off. But I think what's also important is they've got to get a big win, a big game. So if they can get to, I mean, it's going to be difficult to get to the FA Cup final. If they can just somehow string some performances together, get to a final and win it, that will really help as well. And then that combined with Conte,
combined with get a trophy and they'll get a taste for it, and then it'll be kind of like what Chelsea did.
Yeah, I think they'll suddenly think, hey, we can win. Because as a fan, I've seen Spurs lose so many semi-finals and finals. I've seen England, as an England fan, I've seen England lose so many semi-finals and finals. And I get to that thinking, I'm never going to see me win anything, you know? It gets you down and it gets into your mentality.
You know what? I actually think we win the FA Cup if we avoid Chelsea. I really, really do.
And City?
City, well, we got their number. So honestly, it's Chelsea. But you know what, Brad? I'm going to ask everyone that comes on, I'm going to ask this question.
Yeah.
Imagine the game hadn't started yet, and I said to you, I'm going to put a bet that Matt Doherty gets a goal and an assist. What would your instant reaction be?
I would say, well, you make some money out of it, put it that way.
I'm going to see what comical answers we get. But he had a fantastic performance, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's and that's the problem with this Tottenham team. And like Kane and Son talked about it in the interview, consistency. If Doherty's consistent, if Davis is consistent, these players that are on the fringes, if they're consistent when they play for us, then we've got a chance. But at the moment, we got Middlesbrough on Tuesday night. Everton at home, I think, is a good game to have, actually, in the next league game.
Are you confident, even though we're playing Lampard? He has a good record against us.
Yeah, well, yeah. And actually, going back to the FA Cup point, Brian, I actually think the other way. I actually think if we get Chelsea, we're long overdue to beat them. And maybe
we've had 4 attempts this season, and I don't think.
Yeah, I know, but maybe we'll have that game that things will go for us. We'll play well and we'll get through. But hey, we got to beat Middlesbrough first on Tuesday night. So let's not get too carried away
as well.
But yeah, it's this Tottenham team. I've been following them for probably close to 50 years now, and it's who can predict them? the only thing you can predict is they'll be unpredictable. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, Tottenham Hotspur should come with a health warning. They
exactly.
really should.
Yeah.
I keep saying, like, when you buy a packet of cigarettes, it's got those warnings on it. That's kind of what Tottenham Hotspur should have on their kits. Different ones for different times of. But yeah, it was a great performance. You think this is again? Has Doherty said right now, I'm the first person that goes on that right back or right wing back, because I think that's been better than any performance we've seen recently from Royale. And I was at Manchester City and he did have a good performance there, but I think Doherty came into his own today.
I lay my cards on the table. I get fed up with the outrage against Emerson. I really do. I'm not saying he's a good player. I know he's got a lot of improving to do, but I do get annoyed with people. Oh, he's rubbish. Worst player ever. You know, but Doherty's performance today, he keeps his spot. You know, and that's the idea. You get a winning team together that play, win, and then you make it hard for others. They've got to win that spot back. They've got to win that spot. If you're playing well, I said, well, you take it off me now. And I did actually find it funny when Emerson came on, where he got popped through, didn't he? I was just praying for him, please score. You know, he got through. He tried to round the keeper, and the keeper really just got it with his hand. And then the ball came back to him, and he could have set someone up for the shot, and he still couldn't find the player. It's like, oh no, you know, you haven't done much to appease your critics now, Emerson. But I think Doherty has done it. You know, you play well, you keep your spot. Simple as that.
Yeah, so healthy competition is key. If Doherty plays well, and then he gets dropped for the cup game, and Emerson has the game of his life, it gives CONTE it puts CONTE in a better predicament, because the 11 at the moment basically picks itself. You know, Dyer's going to start. You know, Romero's going to start. Obviously, Kane is inevitable, but a bit more competition around the 11 is what's needed. You look at Chelsea, for instance, their bench starts for our team. You know, Warner comes on, Pulisic, Havertz, etc. We need more competition, and that's what in the summer is going to be so important. You know, if we go and actually do spend some money and give CONTE the tools he needs to do the job, then the sky's the limit. You've got a natural born winner. Yeah, and not only spend money, but do it early. Yeah, do it early. Get them in before the tour, before the pre-season tour. Get them in for pre-season training. Yeah, gel them with the 11, and then when the season comes around, they're already exactly. So it'd be. I mean, everyone had a moan about CONTE, what he said on Wednesday.
I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah, he's just saying what the fans are saying. You know, when he said the same players, we've got rid of all the coaches, we've got the same players. I'm going, that's what we've been saying for years. You know, and so I think, it sells papers, it sells people watch on TV. You know, is CONTE going to leave? I didn't think he would leave, to be honest. It did worry me, concern me, as it did probably most Tottenham fans, but I didn't think he would leave. But he was just saying after the game, he's a passionate guy, and that's what I say. I say after every game that we play badly, get rid of them all. We ever win, it's like, keep this team. You know, that's him, and but that's just a story for the press. The press just think, brilliant, we got a story here. You know.
Do you know what, Brad? Another question. Do you reckon that performance was a reaction to what CONTE said, or B, this is the way Leeds play and it suited us, or a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both. I think, they certainly did play. They had to react. They had to react. I mean, there's no other way they could do it. And Leeds, you play against a team. I mean, I think I said during the week that, Burnley would always be the more difficult game. Yeah. Because Leeds will play that way. They'll give out. And I get... During the match, I sit there and I know what they're doing. I know they're playing the ball and they play the ball backwards to draw Leeds on and then go from. Yeah. But I do get frustrated when they get outside their Leeds penalty area and then suddenly it ends up back with Lloris sort of thing. But I realise that tactically what they're doing, keep the ball. They can't hurt you if you've got the ball. And maybe, if you've got the world's best 11, you're confident they are going to keep the ball. But there are some players in the Tottenham team that even though they're having the bestest of games, you think, there's always a mistake there. Like Ben Davies today, that brilliant tackle or stop, and then he made that mistake right near the end. But no, I think today was a bit of both. I think they had to react, and playing Leeds was probably the ideal match for them to play today. It's a shame that they didn't play Leeds on Wednesday and Burnley today. It might have been different. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Listen, Brad, thank you very much for coming on. As always, it was a pleasure. And take care. All the best. Yeah, you too, guys.